9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Great Mitrand, Gregory van Lebe Stark. Yo, what's going on, my friends? Hey, I want to do first things first. We have to check the system. And let me just turn on the beautiful lights here. Let's turn on the lights, and now let's check the camera. Let's switch. Let's check the studio first. Oh, look who's here. Yo. Yo, we want to say thank you. It's been a wonderful year, my friends. And we want to say thank you from the Lebe Stark family. Come here, boy. Zieht sich, Schatz. Let's see if I can lift the big boy up. So, so friends, from our family to yours, happy birthday. Merry Christmas, of course. And we hope you're having a beautiful time with your loved ones. And of course, a happy new year that's coming up. So I hope the system's running. Good boy. Boy, he's heavy. But that's why we train, right? That's why we train. This should be a series. So, my friends, let's see if it worked. Can everybody hear me in the chat? Please say yes. Type yes in the comments. It looks like the system's running. So please, friends, type yes in the comments. And first, introduce yourselves. I see there's a lot of questions popping in right now, but hey, introduce yourselves, your name, and your city, where you're from. State your name, state your country, state your city. Let's have a little bit of a community today, my friends, because it's going to be awesome. So Angie's leaving right now, so I'm saying goodbye. I'll catch you in a bit. No, Shakti.
Bye-bye.
All right, crew. So, has everybody stated their name? Let's see who's in the chat. Let's see who's rocking with us today. Man, how beautiful. What a time it is to be alive, isn't it? So we have 40 viewers in the chat. Now, everybody, please say hello. State your name. Oh, everybody's saying yes. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, friends, where you're from, I want to read. I see Moto Met from, first of all, I see my brother, YouTube Punk. Hey, for those of you who are wondering, I always say at the end of the video, for those of you who are regular watchers, viewers of the channel, I always see, thank you for watching. Now, do I say thank you? Yeah, I say, here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. This is from my brother, YouTube Punk. He's a moderator of our channel. He's always rocking with us. So, brother, thank you so much, man. So awesome to have you with us. And then we have ZZ, who's from Switzerland. Grüezi miteinander. And for those of you who don't know, so many times people are asking us, they're like, what is this Grüezi miteinander? So Grüezi is like hello in Switzerland, and miteinander is everybody. So it's hello everybody in Swiss German. Not in the normal German, because, you have to understand Switzerland right in the center of Europe. Then we have Germany to the north, we have Austria to the east, we have Italy to the south, and France to the west. So the north and the east, they talk German as well, and we understand each other, but it's a different dialect. So let's see who we have. We have Moira. I saw Moira. Moira's always rocking with us. We have Jim, and I'm going to address your questions. Just give me a few seconds. I'm going to address what you guys are saying. And let's see where you're from, guys. Where you're from? Yo. We have Romania. We have Cyprus. We have Jordan, the United States. Porto, Oklahoma. Jacob from US. Oh, my brother Jacob's in the house. Yeah, what's up? Hi from Finland, Atlanta. Sebastian from Mexico City. We have Bucharest. We have Poland, Romania. We have Lisbon. Wow, we have Kolkata in India. We have Zagreb. Hey, Pozdrav. How awesome is this? How awesome. Yeah. So, friends, wow, it's been a ride this year, wasn't it? It's been a ride, and it's been a minute since I've been online the last time. So, of course, I have to do my due diligence as I don't call myself a YouTuber. I call myself a coach. I call myself a person who helps other people transform their lives. So that's what you can call a coach. I believe I'm in the business of serving people. So I'm a servant for that matter. But since, I run a YouTube channel, I wouldn't even consider myself being a YouTuber, because YouTubers are folks who do this full time. And while I do incorporate the YouTube channel into our business, and it's part of our business, it's part of my full-time job, I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I don't know why I said this, but yeah, the reason why I said this is because it's been growing so crazy in the recent times, and we're close to 80,000 subscribers. So we're gonna hit the 100K next year, hopefully. And then, wow, it's gonna be awesome, man. I got something in store for you when we hit the 100K, because then I can rock the silver play button. I'm looking forward to this. So it's very, very awesome. And of course, I have to do my due diligence. First of all, my friends, check the first link in the description. If you are over 40 and you want to get in shape with 30 minutes of kettlebell training per week in the next 30 days, because that's what we do. We help busy over 40s get in shape with only 30 minutes of kettlebell training per week in the next 30 days. And I've written an ebook to help people get started with the kettlebell. It's a 16-pager. It's very easy distilled and very easy to digest information. So download the ebook in the first link in the description. So that's my free gift to you. So Santa Claus is in the house. And then for those of you probably see this, right? I think it's on the right? So if I am pointing, I have to think it's right here, right? Yeah. Right here, as you can see, the 6-week kettlebell challenge is 50% off, and you have to check the link in the chat. Now, what is the 6-week kettlebell challenge? The 6-week kettlebell challenge is perfect for you to get started as a course. So the ebook is free. You go ahead and download it because it's going to give you a lot of value. And then the 6-week kettlebell challenge is a great way to get started if you're looking for a course-based system that can help you take your first step with the kettlebell. So we have workouts in there, we have tutorials, we have lessons. There's a lot of work involved on your part. And it's an awesome course that a lot of people enjoy, that a lot of people love and like. And it's 50% off. Only for you guys. So that's the due diligence as a YouTuber that can help you. And yes, the systems are running well. So how awesome is this, my friends? So then, before we get started, of course, another thing that I have to do as a due diligence of being a YouTuber, check this out right here. Yo.
Stravo, my name is of no importance to you. Just know this. I sponsored today's video of Lebe. In the back, you see my friend Igor. We are both hunting for good kettlebell channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lebe YouTube channel. Or else, comrade, we can't consider you to be a true student of the art of kettlebell training.
So you heard the man. You heard what Igor said. Clean and press that like and subscribe button to make sure you become a part of the extended Lebe community. So now let's jump into the questions. Now there's one question that I want to address real quick that has been making the round, not making the rounds, but a lot of people have asked me this. And that is, what happened to my form? What happened to my body? What happened to the leanness that I'm currently having? Why do I look a little bit more stacked, a little bit more jacked, a little bit more shredded? And then folks were like this. Somebody commented when these guys were asking that question, the one guy was asking the question, so he got a reply, and the reply was, that's because he got back into bodybuilding, right? So, Gregory, why are you looking so shredded? And the guy said, well, that's because he got back into bodybuilding. No, I didn't get back into bodybuilding. So even though I was playing with the thought to sign up for a gym, one of our local gyms, which I really enjoy. I even enjoyed being there. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not sure, because if you have your own gym, it's a thing of beauty, because you can do whatever you want, and you can train however you want. You can do supersets on the power rack or on the bench with the kettlebell. I can do 100 supersets and nobody bothers me, right? Because it's my own gym. But I was thinking about it because I was like, I somehow miss a little bit of the machine training that I was doing. And because I got back into it, and not because I got back into it, but in the summer this year, we went to Mallorca, and a friend of ours, they run a gym there, and it's a hardcore bodybuilding gym. So I really enjoyed a couple of sessions there. But it's not, I'm like, nah. Now, maybe I changed my mind, a couple of months or years down the road. You never know, because I just love moving. I love training. But what the kettlebell has given me over these last 3 years is just fantastic. It's not only business wise. I mean, that's one perspective. From the business side of things, it gave me a complete new outlook or a possibility to build a legacy, to help more people, and to also build my business, right? To build my own audience, so to speak, and become an expert at something, become the authority in one particular area where I can really help from a unique perspective, because we have so much insights and so much experience, and we've learned from the greatest, right? But what the kettlebell also gave me was this, I call it the inner primal way of training. So what do I mean by this? And I've shared this story a couple of times. You know, hundreds of years ago, we were hunter-gatherers, or even, you know, way back. We were hunter-gatherers. So what does a hunter and a gatherer has to do? He has to hunt, he has to gather, he has to run, he has to climb, he has to jump, he has to pull, he has to push, he has to go fast, he has to go slow, he has to be explosive, he has to be very ninja-like. And when you pick up a kettlebell for a spin, I think what the kettlebell then does is it triggers that inner primal being, or that inner primal sense. And I never felt this anywhere else. I've trained everything. I've trained with machines, I've trained with barbells, and I still do. I still love barbells, still love dumbbells. But machines, I don't have machines in the gym because of space, but I still love these tools. So don't get me wrong when people are like, oh, kettlebells is the best thing. I think it's one of the best things for a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that the barbell or the dumbbell are stupid or not worth it. They're most definitely worth your time. But when you train with the kettlebell, it gives you a certain sense of this inner primal being. Because when you pick up a kettlebell for a spin, you can move with it for an indefinite amount of time. And just recently on a conversation, on a call that I had with a prospect, I told him, you know, what's the biggest differentiator between a dumbbell, a barbell, and a kettlebell? What is it? And then some people might say, well, it is the shape and the swings and the momentum. But you know, you can do momentum exercise. You can do exercises with momentum with dumbbells as well, and even with a barbell. I mean, look at the weightlifters. But and then the weight displacement is another reason. Was like, yeah, but the weight displacement is different. And when you press the kettlebell overhead, it just feels different for your shoulder. And yes, most definitely, that's also the case. But the biggest thing is this possibility to move for an indefinite amount of time, because you don't grab the kettlebell, but here it comes, you attach the kettlebell to your frame. So you're essentially loading your skeleton with additional weight. And you load it in a way that is highly efficient, that allows your body to move the way it's supposed to move. And my conclusion from this is it turns your training into weighted locomotion. You can do exercises or you do movements that your body loves and that your body likes. But since you attach the weight to your frame, it becomes a completely different beast. It is weighted locomotion. And because of this, you're able to work with the kettlebell for an indefinite amount of time, but you can always switch in between different physical qualities. You can go for heavy weights or heavy presses, or you can slow it down, go very, very slow, grinding lifts. Somebody asked questions about grinding lifts. We're going to jump into the questions real quick. But I just wanted to make sure, please share your questions right now in the live chat. In the live chat, I'm going to get to them. But you can also go for momentum. You can go for the ballistics. You can work the kettlebell from all different angles. And then some of our workouts, it is 6 minutes of work where the kettlebell doesn't touch the floor. It's 2 minutes of that's our classic. It's 2 minutes of the swing, hand to hand. It's 2 minutes of the clean and press, where you have the exercises. It's 1 minute with the left side, 1 minute with the right side. And then it's 2 minute snatch. Same procedure like in a clean and press. And then you have 6 minutes of work. And you don't drop the weight. You keep moving with it, right? It's just like when you do body weight exercises. You can't just drop your arm, right, for reduced weight. No, your arm stays attached to your body. And then you maybe have to rest, right? And so that's what the kettlebell does. It becomes an extension of your skeleton. An extension of your limbs, actually. And that makes it so powerful, makes it so special. The training becomes very special. And even folks mention this, like Thierry Sanchez. I've said this so many times on his channel. Thierry Sanchez says in his doctorate degree, where he wrote a thesis about his doctorate degree, he shares that kettlebells require some sort of special strength endurance or hybrid strength endurance. And apparently this is what the Eastern Bloc nations call this type of endurance that you need to get started with the kettlebell. It is special type of strength endurance and special or hybrid endurance. And I believe if you treat the kettlebell the way you're supposed to treat it, you use it according to its unique selling point, then you get these unique benefits. And even, or we can even say, if the benefits are not that clear, at least it gives you a very special and unique training experience where you touch all bases of physical qualities. And that's why I believe the kettlebell is so powerful. All right. So let's jump into the questions, friends. And I'm going to read everything that's in the chat right now. It's a lot of stuff. So thank you, everybody, for being so active. Jim Shimmer says, hell yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to be on here when the live starts. Just wanted to say thank you, Gregory. You've had a massive impact on my health and fitness. I love the content on YouTube and the podcast. I appreciate this, Jim, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. And by the way, our podcast, did you see what happened? Woof. The podcast cracked 1,000 subscribers. Cheers to this. What does this mean, actually, 1,000 subscribers? It means that the Kettle Nights podcast is now generating some revenue. And it has already generated, I think it generated a couple of dollars, right? $5, $6. That's awesome, ain't it? Right? That's a burger. It's a McDonald's menu that the Kettle Nights podcast already generated in revenue. And I'm very happy because I got and by the way, I have this tab open with me right here. Somebody recommended someone to put on a podcast. So if you have, or to invite on a podcast. If you know practitioners, kettlebell folks, practitioners, trainers, coaches that you think would make a great fit for the podcast, please share the links to their Instagram or website or their YouTube or whatever they have in the description so I can see. Because the latest guest that we had, it was on fire, man. It was really on fire. I had such a great conversation with Eric Does Kettlebell. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Eric Does Kettlebell on Instagram. Then I had a powerful conversation the second time around with my brother, Emilio Joubert. I think Emilio is one of the leading moderators in the kettlebell threads on Reddit. And then I also had a great conversation with Pat Damiano, also a big following on Instagram. And it was so awesome talking to these guys. I think I've had 2 to 3 hour conversations with these fellas. So what we decided was, you know what? In January, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a great conversation with those 3 fellas. So I'm really looking forward to this. So at the 18th of January, it's going to be Pat, Eric, Emilio, and me, of course, via Zoom. Man, I'd love to make this happen live. You know what? How awesome would that be to meet these fellas live? But this is going to happen one day. And then we're going to have a great conversation on a podcast. And then, of course, I'm going to share with you guys. But yeah, it's really, the podcast is going well. So, Jim, thank you so much. I'm getting sidetracked a little bit. But, you know, it's live. So I have something in my mind that I want to share. But, hey, you and me, we're just having a conversation. We're having community, right? We're celebrating the moment. And by the way, thinking of celebration, these days are very special, right? So it's Christmas and New Year's. And recently, I just thought about this. I think there's a lot of people out there who don't have families, right? And I remember having a conversation with somebody. He was a client, and he was working in an institution where they were helping kids to get back on track, or they were offering them a job, so to speak. And these kids were having very, very rough childhoods, with abusive families and everything. And he said one thing that struck me, that sticks with me to this day. He said, you know, some of our clients, he calls them clients, right? He says, they hate this time of the year because everybody gets to spend time with their family, right? Everybody gets together and they don't have family. So maybe we have some of those viewers right now on. So let me share you, my friends. Let me share with you, my friends. I want to have community with you right now. So I'm your family. So let's have a great conversation. Just share your thoughts, share your questions in the chat, and I'm going to check them out. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into the questions. So we have Merry Christmas to you, Angie and the puppies. Jims, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Then we have D. Hello, hello. And that's where I find out D's from Switzerland. Awesome. And then, of course, YouTube Punk. YouTube Punk says, still waiting for the Gregory Mark Wildman crossover. Funny thing, I actually asked Mark to appear on the podcast. And I sent him an email. I think that was like, I don't know, eons ago, ages ago. And he didn't respond. But then YouTube Punk said that he was saying, or he was mentioning in a live, that Mark was mentioning in a live, he would be down to have a conversation, but it didn't happen. But I think we can make this happen most definitely. So if you have a good if you're in direct line of communication with Mark Wildman, please reach out on behalf of me and say, hey, you know what? We got to get this started. And then we can, really have him on a pod. Would be awesome. So let me see. He has a Thailand retreat, right? Wow. Yeah, and you're going to relay the message. Yeah, awesome. It's going to be awesome. Thanks so much, man. And YouTube Spunk asking, hey, coach, you got a new puppy, right? Yeah, we got a beautiful new puppy. Her name's Guapa. So you saw her in the beginning, right? She's beautiful. She's also crazy, man. She's crazy. She asks for a lot of attention. She's very, very high energy. Different than Gypsy. Gypsy was a little bit cooler. So he was more chill, right? But Guapa is like, you know what? I go balls to the walls here. This is my home. And you're just visitors. You're just guests. Yeah, I'm going to send you the royalties, brother, most definitely. All right, so let's see. Where's the first question? So, Arjit saying, usually what are ballistic and grinding exercises one may perform every day? Let me, and guys, if you ask multiple questions into one, I'm going to take them step by step. But make sure you ask one specific question that you want answered, and then post your next question in the next sentence so I can really go through them one by one. All right. Usually, what are ballistic and grinding exercises one may perform every day? None. I wouldn't train every day if I was in your shoes, Archie. Don't do this. You can, of course, do the following. You can say, okay, you know what? Monday's training, Tuesday's off, Wednesday training, Thursday off. Then Friday training, Saturday off, Sunday training, or something like this, right? You can, I think the sweet spot is 2 to 3 workouts. Let's dial it down a little bit. The sweet spot for 95% of people is 1 workout per week, right? Because so many people are asking, what do I have to do every day? Here's the thing. Don't focus on the everyday thing. Focus on what exercises do I have to do every year, right? So if you do 1 exercise per week, I tout this all the time. I'm going to say this until I get blue in the face. Your frequency over the year matters more than the frequency over the week or over the month. So you'd rather do 45 workouts per year, 1 every week with some vacation that is blocking you from working out, than going balls to the walls, like training every day for 7 days, and then you burn yourself out after 4 months. And while you may do this, if you're younger, if you get a little bit older and you train solid, in a solid manner, your body will require rest. Unless you are a little bit older, you are chemically enhanced, and then your body has time or adapts and recuperates and recovers way faster. That's another situation and another story. But for most people, let me just say this right out the gate. 1 workout a week is perfect or is good. Then twice, that's great, that's optimal. Now we're getting something because we can do actually more with the volume and more with your motivation to train. And then 3 times would be the optimum, and 4 is for freaks like me. I've been training since 2009. So 2009 was the first year I got started. So that's what? 14 years now. God, I'm old. So I've been training for 14 years. Consecutively. I never stopped. I never stopped training because I fell so in love with this thing. And I want to be, you know why I do this? I want to be a lighthouse that shines the way. A role model that not only talks the talk, but walks the walk. And by the way, funny situation happened today. Or yesterday. Yesterday, one of the biggest newspapers in Switzerland called us and said, hey, would you be interested to make a New Year's resolution story? And I said, hell yeah, let's do this. And they were like, well, can we show up tomorrow, film it, and then post it online in January? I was like, hell yeah, of course you can. So in that moment, one of my ultimate goals came into play. And that is, I want to look photo shoot ready all day, every day. And by the way, now I just think about it. See, I got to write things down. My mind is racing like crazy. Body looks, because I started with the question, right? Why does my body look different? And I didn't answer it. So let me just stick to this. And those of you who are checking out my podcast or having these, following our videos are very boom, 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 right? Boom, boom, very on the point. But when I go live, man, you just have to accept the fact that I go to the left, to the right, to the north, to the south. I go everywhere with my thoughts. So I have to sometimes put these thoughts into place. So let's stick to the story that I wanted to share. So I want to look photo shoot ready all day, every day. What does that mean? This means I want to look solid. I want to look sexy. I want to look shredded. I want to look diced all day, every day. And I don't want to care about, now I have to diet. No, give me a couple of weeks. I have to diet. I have to diet down. I'm too flabby. I'm too fat. I have to diet down, right? My bulk is currently, but I'm not into this. I'm into physical culture. And physical culture means I want to look good all day, every day, 365. And one of our clients, actually, he really motivated me to really crank up the intensity a little bit. So this newspaper calls me up. I'm like, yeah, let's show up, right? You guys show up tomorrow. Let's go. So they came. I took my shirt off. And you know what? I looked ready. And while my goals have shifted and changed a little bit, that's one of the goals that was like, you know what? This is a goal that is really important to me. It really is. I want to, and I have, I get a little bit sidetracked from the stuff right here that's happening. So let me just bring this down. So I want to look ready. Even though I have different goals now, right? I want to be strong. I want to take care of my heart health. I want to be mobile. I want to bring back the strength of my youth. I want to reverse the aging process. I want to build the springiness and elasticity of the body, rebuild it, and then keep it on a sustainable level. These are all part of my aging goals, right? But looking solid, ready, sexy, shredded, and diced, man, that has always been a goal of mine. And when this guy called yesterday, I was like, you know what? See, it pans out. It pans out. And just when the client today, we had a couple of clients today, so we told one of our clients, we was like, you know what? Listen, you're looking diced, you're looking ready, you did all the work required to now enjoy the festivities and holidays, right? So that's what vacation is for. It's to really take yourself off the map a little bit, go into the bird's eye perspective, and then really appreciate and see all the work that you've done throughout the years or throughout the months now. And then now finally take it all in and say thank you, and then enjoy a couple of days off. And then, festivities, eat a little bit more. It's all good. It's all good. As long as you prepared your body for this moment, it's all good. But what do most people do? They don't do anything. Then the festivities come, or the injuries come, or the problems come, or the pain comes, and then they immediately seek a solution, which is normal, right? We have pain, and now we need a solution. I do understand it. I get that. I have a problem. Now I want to fix it. I get that. But how about you doing some preparation, right? How about you actually do work to combat these possible scenarios down the line, keeping this in mind while you're still healthy, fresh, and young and strong. And then if something hits you, you're ready, right? And there's a couple of sayings for this. I rather am a warrior in the garden than a gardener in war. So what does that really say? It says that because I'm preparing myself for the worst, I'm actually ready to handle it when it comes, right? Doesn't mean that you always have to anticipate the bad. But I prepare for the war to be ready when the war happens. That's what's up, man. I go into preaching mode. I don't know why, but I am. And my body looks. Why did my body change? I'm not sponsored by these guys, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you one thing. Because it's not the only reason, right? It's not this thing that I'm going to show you. It's not the only reason why my body changed, but it helped me. And I was actually looking and scouring the internet to find a decent product that somehow comes close to what these guys have invented a couple of years ago, and I couldn't find it. In the United States, I couldn't find it, right? Because I was trying to outsource some of the, or source some of the material and some of the stuff that we do, right, to prepare for our programs. And I'm not sponsored by these guys, even though I buy that stuff and we sell it as well. But I can sell it to you right now because most of you guys are living in the US, I'm assuming. But this thing is powerful. Now, what is this? It's called lion share in English, Löwenanteil in German. So that's a fully powerful, delicious meal that you can put into your microwave or put it on the in a pan and then warm it up. And then you can eat it, and it's delicious. So you got, with this whole glass, you got 642 calories, 30 grams of protein. We have 86 grams of carbs, which are the complex carbs, so a lot of high-quality stuff in there. 30 grams of protein, only 4 grams of salt, and then you have 17 grams of fats. And the good stuff is in here. And I also have to mention that Angie, right? Angie is taking care of the cooking. And she cooks this, but also cooks just delicious, awesome meals that I enjoy. So she's taking good care of this boy. And she always plans in advance, right? And most of the time it's this combined with some veggies, combined with some bread or rice or whatever have you. And here's a philosophy that I came up with. I call it, we hunt, we eat philosophy. So what does that mean? This means, if I hunt, I eat. Goes back to this hunter-gatherer idea. And how I see it is, when I train, when I pick up kettlebells, barbells, dumbbells, whatever you want, body weight, burpees, doesn't matter. And I train, I actually went hunting. And so because I went hunting, and I killed an animal, I can now feast on it. So I can enjoy a delicious meal. So I eat all the veggies, the greens with this, and then I additionally eat a little bit of bread or rice or whatever you have you. But if I don't train, I leave away the side dish. I don't eat bread. I don't eat none of this because I didn't train. So I haven't earned it, so to speak. That's the reason why I train 4 times a week, so I can eat a lot of bread. But you get what I'm saying, right? And so I changed this diet, I think, a couple of months ago. We really started with this a couple of months ago. And it really changed my physique. And not to a massive degree, but it really shed off. I was able to shed some fat. Like really fast. And I was able to build some high quality muscle as well. So the stuff that's in here, solid. And here's another thing. Watch out. One of our clients, he was having such a powerful transformation that I was like, whoa, bro, what's up? And matter of fact, let me show it to you. Can I show it to you? Yeah, I can show it to you. I got to show this to you guys. I was like, bruh, in 6 weeks, this guy turned into a lean, mean kettlebell machine. So I'm gonna just look for the image real quick. And I was like, brother, that's his latest update. That's the latest update that he sent me. So watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna open it up like this. Boom, there we go. Right. Watch this. Boom. So here, inception a little bit. Watch this, dude. All right. So he sent me these pictures. He's like, look at me. So today, after training, and without you, I would have never gotten it. So he appreciates it, all love. And I was like, bro, what's going on, man? You look like a monster. And he really, he's tall, he's handsome, and he looks awesome, man. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, you know what? I actually have to put in some work and cut some calories. So that's what I did. And that's the reason why I look a little bit more diced and shredded. That's the only explanation. Because, and my training didn't change that much. I can explain my training. Monday, kettlebells all day, every day. Wednesday is barbells and body weight and kettlebells. Then Friday is barbells, kettlebells, and body weight. And then Saturday is just regular locomotion endurance, just a little bit of running, a little bit of rowing, a little bit of long cycle or whatever have you. Didn't change that much, but man, the nutrition, I really dialed it in. I really dialed it in. And I apologize for going off the, man, I'm going off the rails, like off the trails. I got to stick to answering the questions, right? Because that's why you guys showed up. So, hey, does this serve you any value? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, please. And let's just jump back to the questions. So, man, I take like 1 hour for one question. So, can rotational exercises be avoided? Yes, with 2 hands, right? Goblet squat, double-handed press, double-handed swing. Of course, you can avoid it like this. And how can kettlebells be combined with the treadmill? Well, do some walking on a treadmill and then do some swings, right? I've seen guys doing farmer's walks on treadmills, right? 2 heavy kettlebells and then they walk for an indefinite amount of time. I wouldn't recommend this, especially if you're in a gym. I wouldn't do this because that's meme-worthy. That's a little bit cringe. But yeah, other than that, always think about this. The treadmill is locomotion. That's pure endurance. And kettlebell is strength, endurance, and a little bit of explosiveness or power mixed into it. So yeah, separate the two and enjoy. Bro says, get Alex Harkes on the pod. Dude is a machine. I had him on. I checked him out. He's really solid. He's really solid. And he's doing one thing, because I watched one of his videos. He's doing one thing where I'm like, why are so many guys doing this? They don't breathe properly, right? And let me give you a small input as to what I mean with this, right? So the proper breathing, because I see this so many times. I see this so often. Breathe when you work with kettlebells. So it's not this. It's not this. Watch. And then, but it is, I call it rhythmic breathing, because these exercises are cyclic. I don't care if it's heavy or if it's moderate or lightweight, it's cyclic. So breathe with the exercise. Open up your mouth and breathe. But Alex Harkes, I got him on the list. I checked him out. So let's see. Let's see what other great recommendations you guys have for me. Please let me know in the chat. And hey, before we move on, you see it right here. The 6-week kettlebell challenge is 50% off. Check the link in the chat. It's only today, only for a couple of hours. So Santa Claus came early. Plus, I also got the free kettlebell ebook. We call it the Kettlebell Code. If you check the link in the description, this one is absolutely free. It's awesome to get started with kettlebells. So go ahead and get it.
Stravo. my name is of no importance to you. Just know this. I sponsored today's video of Lebe. In the back you see my friend Igor. We are both hunting for good kettlebell channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lebe YouTube channel. Or else, comrade, we can't consider you to be a true student of the art of kettlebell training.
All right. You heard him. Go like and subscribe to the channel. So let's move back to the questions, friends. Thank you for being patient with me. Love you guys. Motomate. So he's from Romania. He says, tomorrow I will start training with kettlebells. What exercises should I pick? I have a background of 7 years into training. And what is the best split to do in a week? So don't think in split, brother. Kettlebells is not split. This is not bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is split, right? Because why are you splitting exercises, or why are you splitting workout protocols? Because you want to opt in to maximize hypertrophy or maximize muscle building. Kettlebells, from my perspective, is not the optimal tool to build muscle or maximize it. Of course you can do it. It's a weight. Treat it however you want to and apply the proper fundamentals and laws of muscle building, and there you go. You're going to build muscle. But with the kettlebell, it's thinking whole body exercises, so full body, completely different than what most people do in the gym. And then it's going to be start easy. Even with 7 years of experience, the kettlebell is a completely different beast. So we have a lot of beginners workouts on this channel. Go search it, go pick one and get started. And maybe if you already are intense with training, try 3 days of training with the kettlebell and then see how that fits your bill. Yeah, see, kettlebell and treadmill, brother, we think alike. Love this, man. Love this, YouTube punk. Just got out of the cryo chamber. Steven, that sounds fun. Motivate, I would like to do kettlebell, pull-up, bar, bench press, running, and doing martial arts. That sounds like a solid combo. So some kettlebell exercise, man. Pull-up, bar, always pull-up. Guys, if you're able to do pull-ups, I love burpee pull-ups. I love them. I do them twice a week. Love them. So burpee down, boom, up into the bar, pull yourself up. So you can do some swings, some clean and presses, then some burpees, right? Burpees with the pull-up, combine it, boom, 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 boom. And then, the bench press, you can include it as well. Heavy bench, then do a couple of swings, couple of squats, then the burpee with the pull-up, and then you go on a treadmill. Yeah, when you finalize it. Or if you have the luxury, like I have, to combine everything because you own a gym or you have your own home gym or your garage gym, then here's what you can do. 2 minutes on the treadmill. Then 10 reps, 1 set of 10 on the bench press. Then 1 minute hand-to-hand swing, 2 minutes of the clean and press, and then finalize with 2 minutes of the burpee pull-up. Boom, 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 boom. And you got yourself an awesome workout. Incline treadmill loaded carry sounds like fun. Oh, yes. Long cycle and dips or long cycle and pull-ups? Both, actually. Both, because long cycle is full body, you pull and you push. But I would probably lean towards a little bit more the pull-up. Steven, the cryo is part of your recovery routine. It's interesting. All right, everybody in the house. That's where you guys shared where you're coming from. This is awesome. Jacob, Jason from Ireland, South Texas. Yeah, I love this, man. Lulu from Bloomington, Indiana. I love Sweden. Yo, Israel. Finland, I love it, man. This is so beautiful, right? We are connecting everybody. Yes, pozdrav, brate. Stravo. Right. Awesome channel. Jason saying, can kettlebell swings be a substitute for running? I recently completed 2,000 handstand swing. What? In an hour? Bro, you're crazy. Wow, does that imply an hour of running? Let me tell you, no. No. Based on what I've read and based on the literature, nothing can replace regular cardio, regular locomotion. I'm not saying that the kettlebell doesn't come close to this, but running is locomotion where you build, I call it pure endurance. And please go ahead and read the book from Dr. Kenneth J. It's called The Cardio Code, where he lays out a very interesting case as to why strength exercises should always be coupled or should not, how can I say this? Strength exercises should be there, of course. We should do our strength training, but we should also do some locomotion cardio training, like rowing, running, fast walking, cross-country skiing, whatever have you. That being said, I think a snatch and a swing comes pretty close, especially with a light to moderate weight. So that's an interesting case. So what I would love to see, for example, is a study or a scientific endeavor where you have this one guy running on a treadmill. Let's say you have a couple of participants. So you have group A on a treadmill doing, let's say, like 30 minutes of treadmill training, and maybe some low intensity, steady state, some high intensity, just a little bit combined. Just some regular endurance training where they want to build the endurance for 30 days with this protocol. And then we have group B where they do swings and snatches for a similar amount of time, maybe let's say like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, right? Because you don't want to turn your hands into hamburger meat. So it's got to be it's got to be a well thought out plan, a well thought out workout schedule, and you probably have to use some professionals. But what I would love to see is then after 30 days, who has gained better VO2 max or better endurance in that regard, however they can measure it. I think they can also measure it with the maximum heart stroke volume. And yeah, that would be interesting to see. And then compare and see, wow, can kettlebells actually build cardio to a level that running is able to do? Who knows? But I still think if we go according to the literature, and as we know now, I would always separate the two. And while they're awesome, make sure you always get your cardio in a locomotive sense or locomotions fashion. Awesome channel, love the content. Big love from the UK. Brother, thank you so much, man. Opium Poetry. Romania, yeah. Budapest, oh, awesome, man. I like to do Dan Jarmer's armor building complex on Saturdays and add alternating windmill and burpee set with the weighted carry and fast twitch element. Would you call this the full armor of God? Oh, that's a good one. The body armor of God. Yes, we can. Wow. We could elevate Dan John's armor building complex to the body armor of God, or the full armor of God. I love this. Now let me just say straight out the gate, Dan John's armor building complex is one of the best every minute on the minute protocols, or one of the best protocols that you can use for an every minute on the minute protocol. So how does that work? The Dan John's armor building complex, you have 2 cleans. You have 1 press, 3 cleans, 1 press, and 2 squats, right? Or 2, yeah. 3, 1, 2, right? So it's double, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this, watch. I think it's 3, 2, 1. Please correct me in the chat, guys, if I'm wrong. So watch. Dan John's armor building complex. I think this is such a great workout, man. So it's this, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, boom. Then it's 1, 1, 2. I'm not sure, guys. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If it's 3 cleans, 1 press, I can look it up. But the idea is clean, press, squat. And then you put the bells down and do an every minute on the minute for like 15 rounds. It's a beast. It's a beast. And then you could add some burpees, of course. Yeah. And I would add the 1 pump burpee. Not a big fan of the jumping around burpees. I'm a big fan, and let me show that again. Just for clarity's sake. Guys, I've started incorporating burpees. I do on my Wednesday and Friday workout. I do 4, that's 60, 120 burpees in 30 minutes, combined into my schedule. And then, like I said, I think you can still see me. So one of the coolest ways to do a burpee is this one, which I really enjoy. So it's the 1 pump burpee. You go down, boom, boom, push up, back up, boom, up, boom, right? So it's burpee and pull up. And then the other type, the 1 pump, is the regular one, right? And the way I think is the safest way to do it, and the coolest way to do it, is you start in a sumo stance, in a gorilla stance. So hands first on the ground, boom, you jump back, boom, you go down into the push-up, and then, boom, right? You bring your whole body weight from the bottom of the push-up, you bring it up into the bottom of a squat, and then you stand up. And the more flow you get, the more you get into the exercise. And one thing that I shared with the guy from the newspaper that came today is one thing that I always share with everybody who gets started with the burpee. Because a lot of people hate the exercise, and I was on that aisle too. I was like, I don't like it, I hate it. Because of that jumping around and really destroying yourself. And the burpee is a powerful exercise, but you have to be careful. But when you add a lot of control into the exercise, instead of red zoning it, you add control, you get way more bang for your buck. And it's going to be an exercise that you actually start enjoying, right? So one of the best ways to get started with a burpee is do it completely, the easy one, the easy route. So it's that sumo stance or gorilla stance. And by the way, the reason why we do this is if I'm able to go down like this, I can safeguard my back. And if I come back up like this, I'm still safeguarding my back, right? So it's not that always jumping into this kind of position, even though I think it's not that bad. But if you do it thousands of times, we may hear Dr. Stuart McGill going like, this is not good for your spine. So you might want to mitigate this situation a little bit. So if you want to get started with the easiest way to do a burpee, which I love and enjoy, is hands down first from the sumo stance, boom. Then it's step, step. Then it's go down on the floor, completely relax. And then you shift your whole body weight on your knees. And from this position, you stand up, boom, boom. That's it, right? So if I go slow and I count the exercise, it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if you would take the 9 away and stand straight up, it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? But the idea is, it's actually a skill. I think every human being should be able to lay down on the floor and then get back up. And another powerful secret that's behind this type of burpee is the secret of building strength in a fashion your body is more receptive to. Now, what does that mean? Now, the hardest thing of a push-up, right, is this part right here. It's here. Coming back up, this one, right? So from this position, a lot of people struggle. But a lot of people are able to, right, go down. And this is the negative phase, or the yielding phase. So you actually yield. You don't overcome, you yield to the weight. And if you are in the yielding phase, your body can handle, or your body's way stronger, right? That's the reason why sometimes you see lifters go very heavy on a shoulder press, for example, and then you have 2 spotters at the side, and then they go that it's negative training, right? So eccentric training. So they go down, 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 down. But to go back up, you have these 2 spotters who have to help them to get the weight back up because we are stronger in the yielding phase. So if you do the burpee like this, you check a lot of boxes and you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You're able to use a powerful exercise that can give you a lot of bang for your buck. And you're also able to build some strength in the upper body, which a lot of people need, especially the women, right? So, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone, my friends. I'm really into this. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. All right. Here we are.
My name is of...
Man, it's always... Igor always wants the spot. Igor always starts playing. All right. And 100K, let's go. Oh, next year it's gonna be crazy. Let's see where we at. Jason, ciao. I hope I answered your question. Tatiana Fischer from Germany. Hey, Tatiana, what's up? Great to see you in the chat. I bugged people in your comment section to come critique my kettlebell snatch. They helped a lot, so evidently I've been doing it wrong for a year. Jordan, is that your channel? Jordan, how can I? Bruh. How can I check your channel, man? I can't from the. I'd love to check your snatch. Let's see if I find you via the search tab. What is it? Jordan the OK. Jordan the OK. I can't find you, brother. But I remember you shared something in our comment section. Yep. And I really apologize that I'm not quick on answering comments. It's just so much on our plate right now. But let's see if I find him. Jordan. Oh, I got you. Let's check your snatch, brother. Hey, and you got 154 subscribers? Hey, let's go, man. Is that the snatch? Yeah. Hey, let's critique Jordan together, brother. Let's go, man. Let's go. Reaction. Boom, boom. Let's see. Always have to make sure my systems are running. Here we go, Jordan. We're critiquing your snatch live. Love it, man. I like the breathing. It's good, man. Love it. Hinge looks solid. What kind of weight is this? See what's the comments like. All right. Yeah. We all. I see some names that I know. New Spherical Tarzan. Yeah. Our brothers right here. Awesome when I see our friends right here. So, let me give you some feedback, brother. Jordan, I hope you're still with us. Here's what's happening. I like the way you use your hips. This is good. But you're too tight, so if it asks me. So I'm kind of like the hybrid guy. I'm not into like this, but I'm also not too loose. So it's kind of like something in between. So I think you're a little bit too tight. The snatch is like Bruce Lee says, you have to be like water. You have to understand when to tense and you have to understand when to relax, right? So it's a flowing exercise. And like one of our subscribers pointed out, when you do ballistics, not just the snatch, everything's always in this line, right? This is the line that you want to envision. Think about, I have one line in the middle that I always follow. And this doesn't come natural to you, or doesn't come natural to me neither, or to us as human beings, because where are our arms? They're out here, right? So that's the natural position of the arm, and we have to start, right, pulling the arms in. So, right, activate the chest, pull the arms in, and keep the kettlebell close to your body. And that's actually one of the ways how your chest is activated when you do these exercises, because the kettlebell always has to come in, and if you do this type of exercise, right, your chest has to do some work, right? So the tension is being too rigid is, first of all, on the way up. You punch it too hard, right? So that's how I do it. Watch. It's so you see, I'm solid here. I build tension here. And yes, I spear the kettlebell, but I don't overdo it. It's not this, right? That's too much. That's too much. Doesn't need it. So it's that 1, 2, whoom, right? It's a little bit softer, a little bit more fluid. Then on your way down, you're making this one mistake that I see almost everybody do. So, and that is, as you drop it, what happens? So one of our subscribers says the kettlebell's too lateral, so it moves away. Keep it in the center. Awesome, but how do I do this from this position? Let me show you the one trick. We call it the corkscrew. Did you see this? Let me grab a lighter one. Because you have to imagine, the kettlebell actually is pointing away from you, right? Over here. So over here is the same like here, so it looks like this. So in order to drop it smoothly, check this. Okay? So it's the corkscrew maneuver where you point your palm to your face, you let gravity set in, and now you pull your hands away. Right? So that's the maneuver that allows the weight to move into your center of mass, into the middle, because you are forcing it that way, right? You're directing the weight back to your center of mass. And if you don't do it like many do it, it's like this, right? It's, right? So try to corkscrew it. Then you can bend the arm a little bit, let the kettlebell drop, catch it, and back up. Okay? So maybe release a little bit of tension. Other than that, you're on a good track. Okay, let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. All right, where we at? Get away, man. Hey, so. Thanks for the podcast. Haley, great to see you in the chat, man. Yeah, with Gregor Sobochan. Oh my God. The podcast with Gregor Sobochan was really enlightening. I highly suggest you go watch it. Brad Jones was cool too, but Gregor Sobochan, you know what I love about talking to people who are really entrenched into the sports world from a kind of like a little bit of outside perspective. He was way in kettlebell sport, but then he stepped outside, is the bits and pieces of knowledge that you can take from people who are not that entrenched into kettlebell training anymore, who understand the value of it, but also understand what is required for their athletes to work. This was a great conversation. I'm 61 years old. I will try your kettlebell ebook. Thanks. Have a good holiday to you and your viewers. Appreciate this, brother. Igor, yeah. Lezek, Lewandowski. My limitation. Oh, and yo, YouTube. Thank you so much, YouTube Prunk, brother. Your gym is pretty sweet, coach. I like the setup. I love it too, man. I feel at home here. I'm so grateful, man. You guys should know how grateful I am. So, Lezek. My limitation for heavy kettlebell workout is the grip, tired forearm muscles. Can you give any advice for this? It's the way you grab the kettlebell. So let me go back to the gym. How do you guys grab the kettlebell, my friends? How do you do it? You treat the kettlebell like a dumbbell and you grab it like this, right? Or worse, you grab it like this. This destroys your forearm. Do not grab the kettlebell like a dumbbell, right? This is what we're used from the dumbbell, right? To have it like this. This doesn't work with the kettlebell. So the weight displacement is different. So instead of grabbing it like this, you have to insert your hand in a diagonal manner inside the kettlebell so that the upper corner rests on your web space, on that thing right here, and that your forearm bone connects with the lower horn. See? I slide in a diagonal manner. And then, like I mentioned, you attach the weight to your frame, no tension on your forearms, and you're good. Let's go back. Ev Warrior, hi Gregory. When doing the Turkish Get Up, do you roll to the opposite shoulder first before coming up to the elbow? Just curious as to how important this subtle nuance is. Do you roll to the up? I know what you're talking about, brother. I know what you're talking about. Let me show this to you. All right, I know what you're talking about. The rolling over, right? And let me just bring some order in the court. The rolling over to the opposite side of your shoulder, is that important? I don't think it is. You can do it, right? So you're talking about this, right? When you're down here, this, right? And then down. What I see do, so I've learned it that way from Steve Cotter, from my sensei. And I think this is a kind of like subtle way how martial artists do it or jiu-jitsu guys do it. It may grant you some special benefit or you're used to it, to the rolling. How I learned it the other way was building tension. Right? So now I'm on my elbow, and now I have to distribute the weight between my left elbow and my right foot. Right? Tense my abdominals. And now, go down like this. So both options are valid, and do whatever suits you best. By the way, just to let you know, my friends, if you check the first link in the chat, you should see that we have a sale, 50% off the 6-week kettlebell challenge. It's only valid today, and it's a great way to get started with kettlebells. It's an online course where you have 6 weeks of kettlebell workouts, 6 weeks of training, plus some very subtle and very easy to understand nutrition coaching at your side. We call it intervention-based nutrition coaching with little nutritional habits that you want to build. And of course, we have all the major exercises are covered in the session as well, in tutorial and skill videos. So if there's something you're looking for, and hey, it's a win-win, because if you want to do it, you need a little bit of guidance, and then you want to save 50%, boom. First link in the chat. Let's go back to the questions. And we have still 43 people rocking with us, so thank you so much for joining, friends. Awesome. Strength endurance for the win. Amen to this. Apollo, I'm doing basic strength training exercises right now, and I've done for a few months. Awesome. How can I level it up and take it to the next level? I do swing, goblet squat, row, overhead press, and biceps curl. Well, depends on what you mean with how can I level it up. So the way you can always level up your workouts is either do more time under tension. So if you're working out currently, let's say like your total workout is maybe 15 minutes of work, you can extend it to 20 minutes, maybe up to 30 minutes. In our case, when we train, we only rest for a dedicated amount of a couple of few minutes for 30 minutes straight. In 30 minutes. So the idea is I want to stay on the tension I want to spend as much time on the tension as possible and keep the rest to a minimum. But of course you have to build yourself up to this. And of course the second way is to increase the weight that you can use. But it's really a question of how do you want to level up and what is kind of like the goal. Because in the beginning it's like you want to get out of this deconditioned phase that you're in, right? And basically if you're deconditioned, haven't done anything, any type of form of training will work. Everything. It's going to just bring your body, it's the newbie gains. It's like, boom, you feel better, greater, stronger, faster, bam, and some muscles are showing awesome. But then after a time, you have to decide, okay, where do I want to opt in a little bit? Do I want to build more strength endurance? Do I want to become more flexible? Do I want to be stronger? Do I want to build more muscle? Do I want to combine it, everything a little bit? And that's kind of like the question that you have to ask yourself once you move to an advanced stage. Yeah, it's monetized, brother. Amen. We're looking for that Joe Rogan money on our podcast. And hey, that's actually, I'm so happy with this achievement, man, because the podcast is fairly easy to do. Just having great conversations with great folks, and then a couple of editing that doesn't take a lot of time, and then boom, you share it on the channel. And now that it's monetized, I'm really happy that I actually have 2 channels. One, of course, is the major one that is closer to 100K now. And the other one that crossed the 1,000, that's actually, I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of this. And even Spotify showed us like, man, I got to show you these numbers, or I got to at least share them, because wow, my friends. And actually, I wanted to do this. So let me take my time and do this right now, and do a little bit of how can I say it? Of Werbung, right? Let's advertise our podcast. So let me show this to you, my friends. Let me show this to you. I think it's awesome. So can you see this? I think you should be able to see this. So this is the wrapped. So check this out. In 2023, people were really, really feeling what you did relating to our podcast. So, and it's hypnotizing. Ready? Let's take it from the top. Okay. Speaking of top, your top episode was Jeff Newport, The Dark Side of Bodybuilding, Kettle Nights podcast number 55. And Jeff, if you're watching this, Or if anybody knows Jeff, I reached out to him per email. I was like, bro, we got to do this again. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then, you know, I'm sure he has a lot of stuff on his plate. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. But I want to invite Jeff for another episode. This is awesome. It was a great episode. Jeff is very knowledgeable. And on the next episode, I want to ask him, I want to talk about the details of training and how he does it and why he does it and all that kind of stuff. It was streamed 337% more than your average episode. Now that is powerful. That is powerful. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for the new fans. Awesome. 97% of your listeners discovered you in 2023. Woof! Ain't that something? Does Pavel Tsatsouline even lift with Joey Alvarado, aka Kettle Jitsu? Really brought them in. 23% of your new listeners started right there. Well, that's the title. The title, of course. But it was a great conversation with Joey. How does it feel to have gone global? Ooh, let me know. Well, listen, you were streamed in 52 countries. United States was your top country with 39% of your total streams. Woof! Celebrate. Get any good postcards this year because you have the most new listeners in the United States. What's up? What's up? The US in the house. Germany, Sweden, United Kingdom, and Canada. Your listeners have good taste, obviously. So what else are they into? Let's see. Your listeners' top podcast genres were health and fitness, comedy, and sports. Yeah, ain't that cool? Your listeners' top music genres was rock, pop, and rap. Yeah. You guys have good taste. Your listeners definitely told your friends about you. Really? They did? Your podcast was shared all over. That's interesting. 43% WhatsApp, 25% Instagram, 21% direct link, and 11% via text. What does that mean, text? Texting? Or is it, SMS probably, right? It's awesome. People are sharing that stuff. That's cool. In fact, your most shared episode was Steve Gordon, Be the Worst Room. Wow, Be the Worst in the Room. That was episode number 51. Steve is a really, really cool kettlebell sport guy. It was a very technical podcast, a very technical discussion, but there's a couple of cues that I took from him. For example, one of the cues was when you clean the kettlebell up, think about stabbing your feet into the floor. So when you push the weight, push your body weight down into the floor, it's a game of physics. The kettlebells come up. So it's not just pulling, it's about stabbing your feet down into the floor. And then, and this is what I got from Alain Lague, my brother from the Strongbox in Mallorca. He's a kettlebell sport world champion, and he shared with that when you clean the kettlebell up, boom, do something like this. It's like when you pull the shoulders back. So combine that powerful cue. Push your feet into the floor and then pull the shoulders back, and that's how you solidly clean a kettlebell. Man, that was such a cool episode, man. Your podcast rating was 4.9. That's up from 4.8 last year. Can you feel the love? Most definitely. I can feel the love all over. This year, your listeners did more than just listen. They got talking. You created 9 Q&As, which received 3 responses. That's cool. You got to share every win. This year, you turned your camera on. Yes, we did, actually. In 2023, you made 15 video episodes. They were in the top 10 of most viewed. Yeah, because it's funny. It's just like Joe Rogan, right? It's not the audio, it's also with the video. So I just do it, boom, boom. Are you a gardener? Yeah, I told you, right? So I'd rather be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in a war, right? Love this. Because your podcast saw some nice growth this year. 23% listeners plus, 2% plus streams, and 88% plus followers. Wow, and that's the Kettle Knights podcast, my friend. Please, you got to check it out. It's so awesome. Can't forget to give a shout out to your biggest fans. You're a top 10 podcast for 378 fans. Awesome. You're a top 5 podcast for 223 fans. Drum roll, please. You're the number 1 podcast for 39 fans. Wow, awesome. All you 39 out there, I appreciate the love, or we appreciate it. It's not me. It's not me, actually. I'm just the host. It's these awesome guests that I have on. Wow, and top fans listen to you 6.3 times more than your other listeners. Wow, wow, wow. 71% joined you for the first time this year. Awesome. So let's zoom out. What a year. Yeah. Ain't that awesome? And I really appreciate this, man. It's an awesome ride. That's the Kettle Nights podcast, my friend. Thank you for sharing your podcast with the world. Speaking of sharing, we made some job. Yeah, now it's good. Yeah. That's good. Okay, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Stravo, my name is of no importance to you. Just know this. I sponsored today's video of Lebe. In the back, you see my friend Igor. We are both hunting for good kettlebell channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lebe YouTube channel. Or else, comrade, we can't consider you to be a true student of the art of kettlebell training.
All right, my friends, like, subscribe, clean and press that like and subscribe button. Yeah. Oh, I can see my reflection being very focused on this. So let's see. I was studying the comments. So dumbbells. I'm gonna go a little bit faster, my friends. So dumbbells versus steel clubs. I don't know what the question is. How do we access the podcast? Thank you so much for sharing the podcast, my friends. So Evie gets access. What do you do if you can't straighten out to a double kettlebell overhead squat? Well, that's tough. Just learn overhead squat with your arms extended first. And some people will always have trouble with extending their arms overhead. David's in the house. I love Lebe workouts. Thank you, brother. Merry Christmas to you and Angie. I'm a Happy Plus member. I'd encourage folks to check out the membership. I usually do workouts if I can, as I love them always. Thank you so much for plugging our Kettlebell Plus membership as well. And if that's a little bit too much because it's a subscription and you're like, Gregory, no, I just want to get a glimpse of it first. Check out the free ebook. Link in the description, or check out our 6-week kettlebell challenge, 50% off. The link that's tagged, the pinned, the comment that's tagged in the chat. So, I work out 5-6 days a week, 30 minutes. That's what's up. 14 years. Yeah. Yeah, the newspaper. That's what's up. Knocking down your gym door. Exactly. And then there's those guys that just play with the kettlebell when they come across it. Yeah, kettlebell playtime. Thanks to Lebe Stocks and currently following on workouts in the membership. I've done over 50 workouts since June. Bam! I celebrate this, brother. That's awesome, David. Yeah. Hell yeah, those goals you shared in your email there for a few days ago were awesome, brother Jacob. That's what's up, right? That's what's up. 100%. It's kind of like these goals where these are hidden goals. Not everybody has to know them, but it's like goals that maybe never come to, that never have to be put into place, or that you don't achieve the goals unless it happened something like this in my case, like yesterday, right? I always want to look photo shoot ready, and boom, there you go. At the end of the year, somebody asked me, boom, are you ready? And they didn't even say you got to take your shirt off for the session. They just shared, hey, let's do a video. And I was like, yep, I'm going to do it, and I'm ready. Pastor Stark taking us to jerk. Exactly, man. I'm a freak for doing 5 days. Glass half full. I can be casual with my diet and my kids see good fitness habits. Oh, exactly, brother. Exactly. Let's not forget how powerful this is. If your family sees you working out, my God. Sounds like Löwenanteil. It is. Löwenanteil cost and time is fishing for you and Angie. Most definitely, brother. Most definitely. Highly recommend. Fit again, Dad. One of my 4 kids is sick in bed, so I just wanted to drop in, say thanks, and take advantage of that awesome offer. Do it, brother. Thank you so much for showing up. Have a blessed Christmas, brother. Same to you, brother. What kind of barbell work do you do? The standard barbell work is always the same. Deadlift, barbell squat, and bench press. And my PRs were back in the day. I was a little bit stronger. Now, I just use the barbell bench press for what it's worth. In my current setting, it's 80 kg on the bench for 2 to 3 reps, 90 kg on the squat rack for 2 to 3 reps, and deadlift is 120 or 130 but then it's really getting heavy for me. So my goal is not to be very ultimately strong now. My goal is just to incorporate it a little bit into my schedule, and I love it. I'm sure, Jacob, your PRs are off the charts. Two-part question. What tests do you usually use for assessing fitness, and how do you use data from the test for the program? How I use the data? Well, that's an interesting question, but one of the ways how you can test your fitness is with the IKFF level 1, IKFF CKT1 test, or the level 1 test. It's 100 swings, 32 clean and press or jerk, 60 snatch, 30 squats, and then you have to rest a little bit in the bottom position of the squat. And another great way to test your fitness is a biathlon, at least kettlebell wise, from the way I train, is a biathlon would be 40 kettlebell jerk without putting the kettlebells down, and then 100 snatch. That's another great way to test your fitness and see where you're at. And I think kettlebells are a great tool to actually test your fitness. And these two workouts will be the ones that I use. And we also have some of the standards that we use to certify our coaches that are getting certified with us. And these are kind of like the workouts that they have to do, all the tests. Not that hard, not that intense, but it's just a great way to test your fitness and your level of proficiency with the kettlebell. Arjit, what are must-do kettlebell exercises to strengthen the legs, squats, and swings? What are kettlebell chest exercises? You know, a lot of people do the floor press. And here's my best recommendation for you. If you still have goals to optimize the look of your chest, which I think the kettlebell lags a little bit, unless you want to do these heavy floor presses, but I'm not a big fan of them. They are cool, but they feel a little bit awkward to get started. Burpees. Like I said, you have to imagine I do 240 burpees every week. That's a lot of volume. And that's how you build a good chest. And of course, I also incorporate my barbell work a little bit. But I love push-ups and I love burpees. And I think these two bodyweight exercises with kettlebells are a match made in heaven. Maybe Drew Bay could be an interesting podcast as he mostly uses high-intensity training. I've heard about Drew. Yep. Sasha, it's 3, 2. No, really? It's, here we go. 2 clean, 1 press, 3 squat. Here we go. Thanks, Papesh. Papese. David, I think it's, yeah. I like the gorilla stance burpee. Thank you for the variation. Yes, it's really a great way to safeguard your lower back, especially if you do high volume on these. And while I always think that I had these great conversations with Emilio, that sometimes if you are very advanced, put your spine in a compromised position to a certain extent, and then let your spine work from that position to build some strength in an area that you might need one day, right? For example, a Jefferson curl, or Emilio, big fan of the Zercher squats and Zercher deadlifts. Other than that, if I do a lot of volume in one particular exercise, I always want to make sure that my back is solid. Even though I consider myself a little bit advanced, and I got to take a class from Emilio to power through these Zercher squats. We're going to do this one day. In Zercher, deadlifts, and squats, we're going to do this one day. Wider stance in the burpee also helps if you have a bigger belly, Jacob. Yes, most definitely. It helps. Yes, and I'm working on getting rid of that belly. I admit I'm in kettlebell shape. In that I'm shaped like a kettlebell. That's awesome. That's all. I love you guys, man. Same. My observation comes from experiencing it myself. Yeah. You know, guys, when it comes to the belly, what is the most important thing? It's what you... That's what I wanted to write in that comment that was asking about the way my physique changed. Because I lost some layers of fat. I'm actually lighter than I was a couple of months ago. And now I look more diced, more muscular. It's funny, but I'm lighter. It's because the layers of fat have disappeared. And here's what I said. I just closed the hatch between those two cheeks in the evening time. I closed it. It's like, stop it. Stop eating, right? That's what it is. Nah, it's not awful. Jordan, no. And listen, I've had this conversation with Emilio too. I do these critique videos, right? And I do them, these are like, we call them, let me backtrack a little bit. The way I schedule my stuff is I do hero content, I do helpful content, and I do hub content. So hub content is workout, stuff that some of you guys are used to. Then helpful content is answering questions like, hey, how to do the perfect swing. And hero content is some of the critiques. So these are the videos that most of the time get a lot of mileage in. They get the best mileage. They get a lot of viewers, attract a lot of new viewers, get a lot of subscribes, get a lot of, build a lot of revenue. But these are few and far in between. And when I critique, I most of the time take athletes or coaches or stuff, and then I have a little bit of a different standard. But still, at the same time, it's not that I critique and say, this is completely bad, you should be ashamed of yourself. But it's actually that the idea, hey, it looks good, we can improve on it. You know, I can still improve. Everybody can improve. I can improve my technique most definitely in a lot of cases. So Jordan, don't be too hard on yourself. I think the snatch looks good. And if you be careful with who you share this with, because we have experience with working with hundreds of people. So I know this looks solid. And of course, it's not going to look like a pro does it, because I, for example, and other professionals, we have spent thousands of hours with that thing. So the only difference between me and you, Jordan, is I have more experience with that thing. That's the only difference. The experience. I put more reps in. Right? So if you put more reps in and you apply the proper knowledge, you'll get better. But your snatch looks solid. Yo, Furkan, sorry for joining late. It's great that you're in. Jordan, the okay, 50 pounds. So, okay, so it's 50 pounds. It's a 24? Yeah, well, that's solid weight, man. Better late than never. Yeah, see? Damn! Yeah. Jason knows what's up. Apollo, I'm doing basic strength training exercises with kettlebells, and I've done for a few months. Hey, I answered your question, brother, right? I answered your question a couple of minutes earlier. I'm digging this. Yeah, that's great. 50 pounds, see, everybody's telling you. That's solid, man. That's 24 kg. Furkan, Gregory, and hello to Lebe Stock team. Just wanted to share my story and how far your message has spread. I'm from Pakistan and found your channel on YouTube about a year ago by pure coincidence. How awesome is this, brother? Appreciate it. Jordan, that helped a lot. I just tried with the 16 kg, world of difference. Boom, there you go. Glad you made it, Furkan. Hardstyle guys always eschew the corkscrew. What's a skew? Read this so many times in English. Deliberately avoid. Yeah, hardstyle guys too. They call it the gooseneck, right? But I think it's a waste. It's a waste of energy. But of course, you can do it like this. If you want to do it like this, do it. Do it. So he keeps continuing his story. Furkan, Saeed. I have always been into physical activity, spent my late teenage to mid-20s in traditional bodybuilding gym. It was an okay experience, like for many of us, right? Then I had to quit for a few years due to severe depression and busy routine at work. When COVID-19 hit and was completely locked this house, I was completely locked into the house with almost zero social life and no work. Yeah, we all feel that, brother. By that time, I was almost 125 kg, and staying inside the house started to drive me mad in the first 2 weeks of lockdown, yeah. Then I ordered an adjustable dumbbell and started training at home using high-intensity methodology. I started with 2 kg, and I was never a heavy lifter. It helped me stay sane and helped me lose weight. Since then, till 2022, I lost about 20 kilo. It's powerful, brother. Then I found your channel, watched your videos, and I found a new way of training but had no real coach. As a matter of fact, every gym I went to, they never heard of kettlebells at all. Yeah, Pakistan, I can imagine that, man. YouTube saying, when was the last time you've had Sensei on the pod? It's been a while. It's been a minute. Gotta get him back on. Let's continue with Furkan's story. After a few weeks of research, I had made adjustable kettlebell with competition-style kettlebell. I learned from your videos. I started with an 8 kg, and within 5 months, I was able to lift 70 kg, and my weight from almost 105 kilograms down to 91 currently. Woo! It's powerful. I'm even more depressed now, but kettlebell gives... Lost the comments here. But kettlebell gives me a massive boost to keep doing it. Awesome! We appreciate that, brother. Of course, I would love to show and share with the world. I'm not on social media that much, but how can I share my Facebook personal account? I think you can share it in the chat. But that's awesome, Furkan. That's awesome. Jason, what's your take on using kettlebells to target specific muscles like abs, biceps, triceps? I find pure strength training, such as kettlebell curls and halos, is more challenging than with dumbbells. I'm not a big fan of this, but of course you can do it. But I don't do it. I'm into full body everything. And for example, why train the abs? Why do most people train abdominal muscles? Or why do most people do abdominal exercises? It's because they think it makes them look better. But it doesn't. The only thing that makes your abs visible is reducing the caloric intake, is closing the hatch, right? Eating less. And then the layers of fat on your stomach will dissolve if you do it properly. And then your abs are visible. I never do ab exercises. Never. I think they're a complete waste of time. But if you enjoy them, do it. But most people do it for looks. If you do it for strength and some additional stuff because you need it, that's totally fine. But I think most people waste their time because they do it for the wrong intentions. But the rest, biceps, triceps, right? I never done curls anymore. Never. I do heavy cleans, right? Because the whole arm has to work. But of course, like I said, you can do it with the kettlebell, most definitely. Yes, hey, please do. Please share. Jason, let Furkan share his Facebook with you, and then we'll invite him into the kettlebell group. Please, please, please. Then you can send me the emails, via email, send me his name, and then, can we invite him? Or better yet, Jason, here's what you can do. Send him the link to our Facebook group. And then he can join, and then we see it, we moderate it, and then we can let him in. Angie's here to speed round it. Yes. Video idea. What other supplements do you take? Vitamins, minerals? Yeah. Vitamins, minerals, I take them all the time. I take the vitamin D, D3. Let me just run you through my stack. D3, omega-3, zinc, magnesium, ashwagandha, or that funny name, and sports minerals that include everything, so to speak, right? And I recently read, I think Greg from Kino Body shared this. He shared a study that the nutrients of the fruits and veggies have lost, I think, 20, 30, or 40%, something like this. So the nutrient level went down. So it makes sense to externally supplement your minerals and vitamins. And I do that every day. And I'm so proud of it that I built the habit, because just today in the morning, when I was having breakfast, I pulled out all of my minerals and I was like, oh, they're empty, right? So all this, it's all done. So I got to order new. That was one of the goals that I wanted. It was like taking my vitamins, my minerals, supplemented every morning. And I think I was able to do this when I started 2 or 3 months ago, every day consistently, maybe sometimes on a weekend or a Sunday not, but I'm very consistent with my minerals and stuff. Yup. That's what's up. And here's the thing, my friends. Supplements are exactly this. They supplement something that is already complete. So if you're wondering, can vitamin D3 and zinc give me an additional boost? It can, but probably what makes more sense is to complete your normal nutrition, right? 80% is whole foods, 20% can be highly palatable, and how do you say it, man? The English word, sometimes they escape me. Right? What's the bearbeitet? What's these foods? Highly processed, right? So 80% whole foods and 20% processed foods. So if you got this down pat, you want to complete the basics first and then think about supplements. So many people, that's $1 billion industry, right? The supplement industry. Because so many people think that that additional protein shake or that additional whatever have you is going to give you that awesome boost, when matter of fact, when it's going to help you with your muscle growth, for example, is completing your basic nutrition, stuff like this, and getting enough sleep, right? So focus on these basics, and then you can add the supplements on top of it. Yeah, I think we're almost through, right? Merry Christmas, love the content. Soap McTavish, awesome. And David is from Canada. Love it, man. IKFF certification, that's what's up, man. Do you still train your old program of 3 exercises, 2 minutes each, or are you finding your newer programs more effective? Well, that's a great question, man. We actually have, we have developed a couple of programs additionally now. So here's what we do. Program number 1 that you mentioned is the circuit method, right? So the circuit method is 3 exercises for 2 minutes. That's 6 minutes of work, and most of the time it's ballistic exercises so that the kettlebell doesn't touch the floor for 6 minutes, and then it's 3 to 4 rounds, right? So that gives you an awesome 30-minute workout. And these are rather strength endurance or endurance workout. So they rather pivot towards that side. Then we have AMSEP, which I really love. So it's like the timer is set for 6 minutes. Then we have 3 exercises for 10 reps. We do all 3 exercises unbroken, and once we have all 3, we start from the top. So that's MSAP. Then we have EMOM. That's an awesome way to train every minute on the minute. So that's easy. You have a couple of exercises that you do at the start of each minute, and then you rest until the next minute starts, and then you do like 15 or 20 rounds. Then we have the AMSAP and circuit combined, or we have AMSAP and EMOM combined, or we have the ascension technique, brand new, great idea, from Emilio Joubert, where you decide what kind of reps you want with different exercises. So for example, in this week's workout, it was just one part of it was X clean and jerk, 10 reverse lunge, X jerk, and then 10 bodyweight squats. So the bodyweight exercises are fixed with 10 reps, but the clean and the jerk with the X means you decide how many reps you want to do. And the way I did it, because you want to ascend, you either want to go higher with the weight or higher with the reps. And what I did is I started with double 20s with 10 reps. Then I went down to 8 with 24 kg double. Then I went down to 6 with double 28. And then I went down to 2 or 3 with double 32. That's the ascension method. And then we have the chipper method. The chipper is awesome. The chipper is like you have a lot of volume. So like hundreds of reps, maybe 150 reps, and then you chip away at the exercise step by step by step by step by step. You work it through, and then you have a 12-minute timer that you want to work. That is 1 round, just to give you a dedicated amount of rest. And these are like the very, very cool, very fun ways to train, which I really, really enjoy. But the circuit method, most definitely, I think it's a powerful method. And it's easy. It's easy to think. It's easy to do. You don't have to think a lot. It's like, hey, 3 exercises for 2 minutes each. Simple. I don't have to think. Boom, let's go. And as soon as you incorporate philosophies and workout methods where you have to think a lot, for some people it's a little bit tricky. David saying, I love how you critique as you're kind and humble and want to learn from others. Appreciate this, David. I appreciate this, brother. Most definitely. And I think, you know, the reason is simple. Where we at? Oh, man, I'm gone. Oh, my God. I've been in now for over an hour. Yeah, 2 hours. Babe, I'm coming home soon. Coming home soon, babe. Who am I to act all so suchy much? I know sometimes maybe people get the impression that I'm arrogant. And maybe in the older videos, in some instances where I was a little bit more tribal, I do understand that maybe it came across like this, but it was never my intention. My intention is to serve, and my intention is to learn. And I do understand now that sometimes I send the wrong vibes, but I also understand that no matter what your intentions are, some people will always misunderstand it. So that's something that I cannot course correct and that I cannot change. But, you know, learning from the greatest is actually what makes you greater, right? What improves your skill. And always when I have a conversation with folks, I always sit down and listen and try to become a student. And then if there's something that I don't understand, I ask questions, because I shared this with Emilio. It's not about having a debate. It's about having a discussion. And then we want to pinpoint the different strategies that we have. We want to battle test them and then find out which strategies work the best. And these are the ones that we should then adhere to, because it's battle tested. It's been proven working with real people, maybe even in the scientific realm. And then we can discard the other stuff and say, hey, this is actually what works. So that brings us closer to the truth. Brian, do you have any tips used to heavier weights? I always struggle going past 16. Brian, if you struggle going past 16, it depends, first of all, what kind of exercise you're doing. But if you can't seem to get ahead, it's probably a technique question. You probably lack the skill. Because with kettlebells, the 16 is a beast, even for people who have been training regularly. I know what the 16 felt like, and I was deadlifting way heavier, bench pressing and squatting way more weight than I do now, but I didn't have the skill. So focus on mastering the skill, and then it's probably going to be better. Thomas, Lebe, I'm 45 years old and try to work out 3 to 4 times a week. What range should I work with? 20 kg feels too light, but when I use 24, 28, it feels like it's too much. Thomas, the 4 kg increments are tough, but again, it depends on the exercises that you're doing. But if the 20 feels too light, jump up. The 24 is your next step. You can still opt in for a 22, right? These 2 kg increments are also interesting. But what this may add, and these 2 kg increments, these weights may add decision fatigue. We're like, what should I do? Should I now use the 20, the 22, or the 24? And now with the 4 kg increments, you can actually remove that decision fatigue, right? And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are always stuck in their comfort zone, because they have to make thousands of decisions all around throughout the whole day. And then they get to their training, and then they're like, now I got to decide again what kind of weight I have to use. So if you have less weights with less increments, it's easier for you to decide. But again, it's probably harkens back to what I shared just a couple of minutes ago. If it's too heavy on you with the 24, it probably shouldn't feel that way if the 20 feels that light. Then again, it might be a skill question. Yeah. Awesome, Steven. 2 cleans, 1 press, 3 squats, windmill, alternating right and left each minute, and 1 pump burpee. That's what's up, man. Dion, hey, great seeing you, my man. In the chat, will you be doing any more follow-along full workouts with Angie? Yes, but they're always paywalled behind Kettlebell Plus. But of course, maybe we're going to release 1 or 2 in the weeks or years down the road or months down the road. But the idea is all follow-alongs are now paywalled behind our Kettlebell Plus membership. It's exclusive. Angie's in the house saying, David, Merry Christmas to you, brother. Yeah. Yay. Thanks for inviting me to your Facebook group, Furkan. Yes, when we see you, we're going to let you in, most definitely. Got your email. Yeah. Great. Level up your nutrition and quality sleep. That's what's up, man. And sometimes, ain't that the case? Sometimes people are mistaking all these hacks. It's the same with the course that I'm learning right now. People think it's all these little hacks. It's all these little bits and pieces, and I'm looking for the next best thing. And what we're stuck with is SOS, the shiny object syndrome. We always wait for the next hack to show up, and we think this is going to level up our fitness, when in reality it's the basics. It's press, squat, swing, farmer's carries, snatch, deadlift, walking, running, rowing, doing basic stuff, going to sleep early, not taking the elevator, taking the stairs, parking your car far away from the supermarket so you have to farmer's walk your groceries to the car, washing your car with the hand, right? Manually. That's the basics. That's movement in general. going to sleep a little bit earlier, not spending too much time on that time-sucking vampire right here that I have to work on too. Everybody has to work on this, right? And then taking care of the basics of the nutrition, more veggies, more fruits, high quality protein, 80% whole food, 20% processed. That's the magic. But you know what? It requires work. It requires diligence. It requires being relentless, and it requires folks to take violent action towards ultimate basic steps to better yourself down the road. So it's not one specific hack in the next 3 months that's going to improve your life like crazy. No, it's that one little basic that you do for the next 365 days that is going to change your life and ultimately transform you into the kettlebell, into a lean, mean kettlebell machine that you always wanted to be. I got to preach. My mom always told me she wanted to have a preacher son. Kurt Pyle, hey Gregory, I was training at a gym and a PT told me I had good form, better than his according to him. And he asked me who was my coach, and I gave him your name, Kurt. Oh, appreciate this, brother. Please, kudos to your personal trainer. Give him love, because sometimes trainers struggle with this. It's like, oh, the client got better form than me. And then sometimes like, that looks, So please, say hello to your trainer. Give him a hug from his peer and say, awesome, man. Awesome. Congratulations. That's actually, stick with your coach, man. That's a great sign of a trainer, that he can recognize something and say, wow, that actually looks great. That actually even looks better than I do it. This is a very good sign. So please, please keep working with that coach. That's awesome. Yo, Commenting is Dangerous is in the house. Oh my God, my brother. Yo. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jason. I have made an effort and I'm far less tribal compared to years back. Yeah. I've opened up my mind. Yeah, it's awesome that you guys are seeing this. Folks should check out the 6-week kettlebell challenge too. Awesome, the detailed instructions with the various phases of the exercises. I appreciate the breathing instructions in the 6-week kettlebell challenge. Still have to work on it. Awesome. Be humble when you up the weight. Remember how it was at the beginning. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's good. From Besanit. Oh, that's a good one. Because sometimes that's the case, right? It's like, why is the 24 kg giving me such a hard time? I should have already progressed to that weight, right? Why does it still feel that way? And then we maybe have to take a step back and say, hey, let's be humble and approach it with the required diligence and respect. That's a good one. Yo, random question. This Lieblingskürzli. My favorite cookie. Hey, I actually got this awesome cookie right here. They just visited us today. Check this out. It's called Bündnerherz. Check this. Bündnerherz. These guys opened up a shop right next to us. And they came in today. They said, hey, we just want to introduce ourselves. And that cookie from them, that is so good. Matter of fact, I'm going to eat a little bit. This is so, boy, I love it. But, look at me, munching, telling you guys to close your hatch. And then I'm eating cookies. But my favorite cookies are Milestone. I love Milestones. Oh God, I love them. But actually, all the cookies, who doesn't love cookies, right? People who don't love cookies, I think something's wrong with them. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Commenting is dangerous. The final question, friends. The final question. If you are overweight, what swings would you recommend to start out with? The basic, right? Hand-to-hand swing or double-handed swing. Maybe even a double-handed is maybe a little bit better because it's more stability, less rotation in the spine. Some people have a little bit trouble because they're deconditioned, so they have to get used to it. Double-handed swing, right? Swing with two hands. That's it. Yep. All right. Santa Madre, what's up with you? I was born in... What? Oh my God. I came to meet a minor. Oh my God. What's going on? Oh, I retracted all the messages. Oh, thank you. Message leave my YouTube phone. See, I'm now actually keeping up with the chat. And now, hey, what's going on? I think that's a great sign to end the stream, right? Isn't that a great sign to end the stream? Oh my God. Sometimes things happen live or like, oh my God. But friends, let me just put something Oh, thank you, brother. So, and by the way, brother, Jason, thank you so much, man. You just joined the stream as a mod without me even informing you. You just showed up and you're doing God's work in the chat. I really appreciate this, brother. I really do appreciate it, man. 100%. So, guys, before I leave, I want to leave you with one thing. First of all, with this.
Stravo, my name is of no importance to you. Just know this. I sponsored today's video of Lebe. In the back, you see my friend Igor. We are both hunting for good kettlebell channels. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Lebe YouTube channel. Or else, comrade, we can't consider you to be a true student of the art of kettlebell training.
All right, so this means, in Jason's words, clean and press that like and subscribe button and share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And then, finally, we have this great kettlebell ebook. It's called the Kettlebell Code. You'll find it in the first link in the description, not in the chat. First link in the description. Because we help busy over 40s get in shape with only 30 minutes of kettlebell training per week in the next 30 days. That's what we do on a regular basis. So if that's you, I think the Kettlebell ebook can help you. It can help you to get a great head start with kettlebells, especially as we're approaching New Year's. And we also have started an awesome, powerful program where we coach people one-on-one in a group setting throughout the whole year, where we transform your life. We transform your kettlebell journey. We transform anything. And by downloading the ebook, you get access to this powerful program that you can check out and see if it's a great fit for you. But no strings attached. You can download the ebook for free 100%. The only thing that we need is your name, your phone number, and your email if you click on the first link in the description. And the second thing that I want to say is, as you can see right here, we still have the 6-week kettlebell challenge sale going. Now, what is the 6-week kettlebell challenge? I want to show this to you at the end for folks who are still interested in watching. I want to show you how the system works that we have, because it's an awesome, great, and our brother, David, he mentioned he's a member and a subscriber of Kettlebell Plus, and these are our online kettlebell courses. And the reason why I designed these courses is, first of all, to help people who are maybe on a tight budget, who need something to work with, and who need a coach to guide them. And I think it's a great system that can help you move forward. So let me show you what the course system looks like. So here is the course. So on the left side, you have all the chapters and the lessons of the 6-week kettlebell challenge, and then you can work your way through. So here I explain how the kettlebell challenge works. Then we have a couple of phases. Now here we even check out how our nutrition system works. And then here you see starter phase. You have a couple of workouts, and then you have rest, of course. Then you have the advanced phase, you have the pro phase, and you have the bonus content. And by the way, bonus content, let me tell you what you get in here. You get a 3.5-hour seminar with my sensei, Steve Carter, where he takes Angie and me to the next level. These are the building blocks of what we do. This is how we got started. And you should see how we trained, right? It was completely different. And this was 2019. So Steve was certifying Angie and me. That was back in the day when we got started with kettlebells. And I remember what kind of experience that was. It was my first moment with the kettlebell, my first real moments with the kettlebell. And now I was humbled. I was like, ooh, I got to learn this stuff from the bottom. And that's what I did with my sensei, Steve Carter. So this is all included in the 6-week kettlebell challenge. And for this video only, for Steve Carter's workshop, you pay up to $700 if you would do it in the group setting. If you have the chance ever to do it, please do it. But what I'm telling you is you get it for free. You can learn from the master himself. And some folks said, hey, that's worth the fee, the financial investment in itself. And about the financial investment, you know what's powerful? We have the 6-week kettlebell challenge right here. It's a 50% off discount. Santa Claus is right here. I'm giving you the free ebook, link in the description, and I'm giving you the 6-week kettlebell challenge, the pinned link in the chat. So go ahead and check it out. And I want to see if we made it, if still everybody's in the stream. So thank you so much. Man, David, I love it. Igor speaks like Vladimir Zelensky or Arjit. If you guys with these funny comments. And yes, Lebe Stark was the best thing I did for my health in 2023. David, man, I appreciate that we were pivotal in supplying you and helping you on your journey to become healthier. But you know what's powerful, David? You are the one who actually took the instruction, went with it, and did it. And this is what counts at the end. So thank you so much for joining, everybody. It was a really awesome conversation with you guys. Great life coach. I appreciate it, brother. Jason, thanks so much for being a mod. And to all these 27 folks still remaining in the chat, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Enjoy I hope you guys have some well-deserved time off with your families, with your friends. And don't forget, 6-week kettlebell challenge in the link in the chat. And in the first link in the description, the free kettlebell code ebook. Enjoy the rest of the year, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Bye.
Maybe you're thinking, Gregory, this sounds awesome, but I need some help. I got something for you. We call it the 6-week kettlebell challenge. And what this challenge offers you is all these 3 important aspects that I've showed you in the video is included in an online course that can help you to get into the shape of your life. It is aimed at individuals over 40, 50, and 60 who desire a fit, healthy, and strong life so that they can fully enjoy their family, job, and business in the coming years. The 6-week kettlebell challenge is made for you if you want to debunk the myth that life after 40 is going down the drain. You will discover a simple method to build muscle, master kettlebell techniques, enhance fitness, and have fun while training to get in shape and lose weight and burn fat like a flamethrower on steroids. All of this without wasting time or money in a crowded gym. It's very important. I understand exactly where you're coming from, because achieving and maintaining a lean body, it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy to me. It doesn't come easy to our clients. We all have to put in the work. And in addition, I found that kettlebell training was challenging because I had no idea how to properly use this powerful tool. So now I want to give you the knowledge to understand how to use the kettlebell to get into the shape of your life. So here's exactly how this challenge will help you. You'll receive a comprehensive kettlebell online course that you can implement independently to get in shape in the comfort of your own home. You'll discover a simple way to make your eating habits healthier in 3 simple steps. And you'll be guided by the course and regularly receive new workouts and tasks that motivate you to stay on track. So these are the 3 things: training, nutrition, and accountability. And this is what you can achieve. You can achieve sustainable weight loss, clothes fitting again, no more sweating when climbing the stairs, a balanced feeling throughout the day. You can sleep better. You'll get more energy during the day, and in the evening, you set a flamethrower to your fat deposits, because the kettlebell is some sort of a flamethrower that incinerates fat deposits. You'll achieve a youthful appearance. You'll look younger, because when you train, your cells regenerate in a different way, which will give you this youthful look that many people are craving for. It is the fountain of youth, but we have to put in some work. You'll achieve a sexy body, you'll enjoy your training, and this will contribute to long-term commitment. You'll have more joy in life, less pain, increased attraction to the opposite sex, comments from friends and family where they see, hey, wow, what happened? And you'll have a reduced risk of cancer, heart problems, or stroke. And you'll have a direct transition into Kettlebell Plus, where we gift you 3 months for free. So after the challenge, once you're done, you'll have a program that you can then continue to really achieve even better results and maintain what you already have. So this is what you have to do. You'll engage in the 2 to 3 kettlebell workouts per week. You'll have daily nutritional habits. The core system will tell you what you have to do, and you can lose up to 12 pounds or 6 kilos in 6 weeks. And this is what you need: a kettlebell. Simple. And this is how the challenge works. You'll have access to our online system everywhere where you have a solid internet connection, you can access it and you can work through it step by step. You'll also receive a powerful bonus, and that is Steve Carter's CKT 3.5 hour seminar. I can't stress enough how much Steve Carter's coaching influenced my coaching. And his philosophies are the building blocks of what I teach today. Because kettlebells require some skills. It's not just the training, you also have to know how to handle the kettlebell. I also go into a massive detail for you to understand how the kettlebell works, but this seminar with Steve Carter will take your kettlebell skills to the next level. This challenge is derived from our personal training high-ticket program, the same challenge that cost you $2,000 if you would do it with us in a one-on-one setting. But this is not what you're going to pay. You're not even going to pay $997, which would be 50% off, right? You're going to pay, drum roll, bam, $199. A massive discount. But wait! There's more. At the end of the challenge, you'll get your money back. Yes, that's right. And how do you get your money back? If you choose to continue with us with the annual membership of Kettlebell, plus this is our Kettlebell membership. We call it the Netflix of kettlebells that offers you hundreds of follow-along workouts and a dedicated program to continue after your challenge. We'll deduct the price you paid for your challenge. And the good thing, you will save money every year you're signed up. So this is a no-brainer. This means that you will have trained with us for 6 weeks for free in the end, if you decide to continue, which we recommend to keep or improve your results. But it gets even better. We offer you our 14-day Saved by the Bell guarantee. And most of our clients notice a physical change after just 2 weeks. And it may not be evident on the scale yet, but physically. And I guarantee you this 100%. And if you haven't experienced this physical change after 14 days, you will receive a full refund of your money. So enroll now. You get everything. The workouts, the nutrition, how we improve your diet, and we'll stay in contact. We'll stay connected to you to boost your accountability. That's everything included in the 6-week Kettlebell Challenge. So I'll see you on the